Do you know what your most treasured memory is? That perfect vacation. Maybe it was your first kiss. To anyone that heard my speech from a few weeks ago, you would know that mine is my firstborn son. First time he looked into my eyes, I still get goosebumps. So, our memories are our most precious assets. So how would you feel if your memories are ripped away from you? This is what Alzheimer's does. It steals from us what is most precious. And with no warm thoughts, you're just left cold. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, my objective today is to persuade you to learn more about Alzheimer's and what you can do when someone you love is affected. Alzheimer's is a form of dementia, which is a disease that ruthlessly attacks the brain. A common misconception is that it is a normal part of old age. Well, I assure you that this is definitely not the case. It is a dangerous, degenerative disease that destroys vital brain cells. It affects an individual's ability to think, remember, understand, and make decisions, and it also affects an individual's mood, their emotions, and their behavior. So, who does Alzheimer's affect? Raise your hand if you know someone that is over the age of 65. Well, Alzheimer's will affect, it has a 1 in 10 chance of affecting that person if they're male, 1 in 5 if they're female. Raise your hands if you know someone over the age of 85. Many, well, more than I thought. 1 in 3 chance. People, these numbers are staggering. They're staggering. And believe me when I tell you that if Alzheimer's hasn't yet affected your life, unfortunately it soon will. My grandmother suffered from dementia up until her final moments on this earth. She was constantly scared, confused, and she walked around aimlessly. She had many tough moments. You might be asking, which one was the toughest? Was it when she started to become violent, throw things at the nurses? Was it when she became lost? She escaped from the hospital and we couldn't find her for over an hour. When we found her, she was like an icicle. Another tough moment, but the toughest one was when she finally forgot who my mother was. Her own firstborn. She soon forgot who our entire family was and passed away shortly after. During my grandmother's final moments, her mind might not remember who I was. But I know that her forehead knows that I was kissed every time that I greeted her. And I know that her hands know that I held on to them. And I know that her heart remembers that her family loves her. This weekend I will be participating in an Alzheimer's walk. It's a fundraiser. And I mention this not because I'm looking for donations, which I am, by the way, but because I want you all to know that if you are suffering, if you know someone suffering through this, you're not alone. And there are people out there just like you. Website that can help is asmt.org. It's fantastic, especially for getting more information, and I encourage you all to learn about the warning signs. I wanted to leave you with one last thing. When your memories are lost, there's there's only one thing that you can do. Create new ones. You all have the ability to become someone else's most precious moment. And I'll leave you with something that my grandmother told me that I will never forget. She told me, ang linggo ng isip, mataandang ang puso, which translates to, the mind forgets, but the heart remembers. Thank you, and rest in peace.
Okay, we'll take a minute there, Mr. Timekeeper, for some comments on Francisco's speech. Okay, well, I see our table topics masters arrive.